So in today's video, we are going to install a Western Digital solid state drive. It's an M.2 drive into this machine as a secondary computer. Once we do the install, I'll go to the software side of things and show you how to activate that drive. So let's go ahead and open this up and get started. Alright, so this motherboard allows for two separate M2s. So my M2 with the operating system that is currently in the machine is under this right here, this plate. So the next one is going to go right here. So let's get a screwdriver and remove that. I move the camera here so you can get a better view. This is where the operating system M2 is installed. This is where we're going to install the second one. So take a couple screws here, take this out. Now that we've got this out, this here, this M2 plate actually doubles as a heat sink for the M2 hard drive. So we're going to peel that off in just a moment in order to stick it to the hard drive. So usually there's a screw right here, but in this case, this motherboard has a little piece that slides around that locks in, and it's actually a lot easier than dealing with a screw. It's a lot more efficient. We are going to disconnect this cable, this SATA cable, to make it easier to insert your M2 hard drive. So you push it in there, push it down, and then this just slides around, locks it into place instead of using a screw. Now, put that in just a moment here. Okay, so remember this here doubles as a heat sink. You want it nice and snug, but you don't want to over tighten it, otherwise you can damage the motherboard or even the hard drive. Now it's in there. No wobble or anything like that, and your hard drive is connected. It's that easy. So now we are going to format this disk by going into disk management, or the new name, create and format hard disk partitions in your control panel. You can ignore this error because this is something that I was working on outside of this video. And this is where you can see all of your hard drives that are on your machine. So we're going to maximize this, and you can see pretty much everything I've got going here. We are going to look at disk 3 because it is the 2 terabyte M2 hard drive that we added. So now we need to right click where it says disk 3 and initialize. And again, we're going to ignore 0 and 1, but 3 is a disk that we're going to add, and we're going to do GPT, which is GUI partition table. Since we're not booting to this, we don't need to worry about anything else. And it's going to format the disk. So once it is formatted, you can right click. Oops, I need to actually right click on the unallocated area, and you'll do a new simple volume. And then this opens the wizard where you'll set it up, so click next. And then here you want to basically just leave this as default unless you plan on splitting this drive up multiple times. You'll assign a drive letter. I'm going to go ahead and change the letter to A for applications. And then next, and again we'll do another format. You leave the defaults beside for the file system and allocation unit size. You change the volume label to match what you need, so that way you really know what it is. You don't just have to guess what you're using it for just by drive letter. So I did drive letter A, volume label applications, because I'm going to install all my applications here. Once you click next, you get a summary. Click finish, and your computer will finish formatting, and it usually runs pretty quick, especially on the M2 drives. So when you go to File Explorer and you go to this PC, you'll actually see that that drive is now there, and it is now completely usable. So now what we need to do is go ahead and change where all of our storage is going to be for new applications. So go ahead and we're going to open settings, And then under System, we need to go to Storage. Once we're in Storage, we can go to Advanced Storage Settings and where new content is saved, and here you can change it. Right now we're going to change applications to that new drive, but you can change where documents, music, photos, videos, movies, TVs, and even offline maps are stored. But right now we really just need to focus on the applications. But as you can see, I just changed that new music will be saved to a different drive, and you can do this with all your stuff, which is pretty cool functionality that Windows has. Next, I'm going to show you back inside of Settings where to go so that way you can move other apps. Now, just know that not all apps can be moved. So we'll go into Settings, and then we'll go into Apps, Apps and Features, and then on the ellipses on the right hand side of all these different apps, you can uninstall, or you can, some of them have advanced options, some of them say move. Well, the ones that are not grayed out, where you can, that say move, that's not grayed out, you can move that to a different hard drive. Some applications cannot be moved, which that's normal, but you can see all these applications and some of the different options that I'm going through as I'm clicking. Advanced options, uninstall. Under advanced options, you can repair, uninstall, reset applications. It's pretty nice. You can get in a lot of you can mess with a lot of settings basically. So we're going to go to Candy Crush and click on move, and you know it's already in the A drive, so it's allowing me to pick any of the other drives. Now again, some applications will allow this, not all will, but future applications you can, if you're installing from the Microsoft Store, should automatically install to the A drive or whatever you named your drive. Any applications that you have to manually download from disks, USB drives, or even from a web browser, you can specify where you are going to install that application, just like you normally would have been able to in years past. So that's how you move apps around or change your default installs. So installing the new M2 drive, initializing it, and making adjustments are pretty straightforward, pretty quick and easy. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. Be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow my Facebook page. Thank you all for watching.